that engulfs the planet today. And now we're going to hear an interview I made about 3 years ago with two pioneers of the gift economy who had the courage to step out into the new world because they wanted to get away from money. As we shall hear, it was a group of them who came up with this. It's a very simple idea. If you're an American, you probably know it as the really, really free market. In Europe, it's a free shop or a giveaway shop, and they refer to it as a give and take.
We found it best if the give and take is advertised in a flyer well before the event, so that people, with an explanation on it, saying exactly what you're doing, and people can bring things that they no longer need to put on the stall, so that other people, if they want them, can take them off. What happens if enough people know about it, they'll bring stuff with them to put on the stall. If it's just done on the moment and you don't do that, people, they just don't know what's going on, basically.
That's really important.
And you do get some people who, if you're on all day, will go back home and come back later with stuff. But I really think it's a matter of getting it over to to people exactly what you're trying to do, what's happening.
How did you get the idea for this?
Well, quite a long time ago.
We had a series of meetings about, we had a group called Well Health. But basically, it was, we have a group called Well Health. Basically, it's going towards total self-sufficiency and total non-use of money. Because there's two ways you can go in life. You can be competitive and earn lots, or you can be not competitive and reduce down. I can't figure out the ins and outs of it. No, I can't figure out my mind not last enough.
Yeah, I think it's the Commons key market.
Well, it means remember we wanted to try and fund what we were doing. We thought we'd have a market store.
Yeah,
and we thought, well, let's try a free store. For some reason, I don't know where the idea came from.
Jackie
gave us the name. I said take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
She said give and take. Call it give and take. That sounds right. But we wanted to get out of money, you see. So I don't know how the spark came. Can you remember?
I think it's Jackie. Why not just do what you're always talking about this? Why don't you actually, when you put the store, instead of selling things to make a profit for what you're doing, why don't you just give things away? Yeah. In that way, you're sort of promoting what you're doing anyway,
Yeah.
And anyway, so what we did on the day is we went home and looked what we had in the wardrobes in the house that you all have things like lying around, don't you? That you're just not going to use. You don't need. You just have them there plonked down. So I looked around, put some stuff.
Yeah, I got all those.
Got some stuff on the stall, and
all my fishing tackle.
We took it to the market, set up the stall, and put signs up saying give and take, and with an explanation leaflets. And loads of people came up to just before we started saying, what you do, that'll never work, as stallholders. No, that'll never work.
Yeah.
That'll never work. People take all the stuff off the stall, you'd have nothing you'd have no stuff left. So we just carried on regardless, and lo and behold, at the end of the day, we actually had more stuff than we started.
Yes.
And we actually carried on. We carried on the market for 7 years, and we never ever come across a time when we had too much on the store most times.
So that we used to use a bit of the market storage storage to store some of the stuff, so we didn't have to keep casting it back and forward. And one time, everything built up so much that we actually found a bungalow was going to be demolished, and we filled up the bottom floor of the bungalow with the excess stuff.
Yeah.
That we had.
And what we used to do, another thing that was quite unusual for the stall, is we'd set it up, then we'd go. We'd just leave it.
Go. We were looking for land.
We'd just leave the stall and then come back.
We'd go away about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
People, and there's a few times people actually they just jumped in and started helping and doing it.
Yeah. And there was one chap who used to run a hamburger van just opposite from us, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And he Vic often talks about this. He'd come up to Vicky and say, "There was people there taking stuff.
There's taking stuff. They didn't pay. They definitely didn't give me money." I just say, "That's the idea. And he just could not get it. For the years, all the years we did it, he just did not get it.
Yeah.
He'd say, at the end of me explaining what he was doing, he'd say, yes, but they didn't give any money. And that happens on the store when you explain to somebody that you don't want any money because they're fiddling for money. You say, no, all right. And you talk to them and say what it's all about. We don't want any money, just take it off. And other people put things on the stall. And as they're going, they throw £1 on the stall and say, well, there's £1 anyway, donation. You know.
Did you have a donations box?
We tried to separate it off from the store donation box.
Yeah, we had that because people couldn't afford wanting to give you money, so we had this donation box, and we in order to create an equality, and the people running the store were the same as the people who were putting things on the store, so we were all in equality, and it wasn't really an owner-customer relationship. We decided that any money that we did get, that people were going to give us, would be used to put into an account. Nobody could get paid any expenses or anything from it, and that money could only be used to buy land, to increase the size of the store, to buy land eventually, to do give and take on that land, and then that would bring in more donations, and then that would increase and increase and increase, and so eventually we'd buy the earth up, and we had a sharing. So it was like it would be illegal to sort of trade on that land. On our land, you'd be shared on it. So anybody that stole, anybody that.
Now going back to stallers, Michael Bambick, he used to organise the stall. He used to come in and he used to explain what it's for. But I don't think he really knew what he was doing. Understood the really deep ins and outs of it. And he used to organise everything on the rails, neat. He put all the size coats, all the trousers, all the things, and put everything separate. Yeah. And then, of course, I used to not do much in Frank's.
Well,
you're not helping. He said, you're not helping to sort the stall out.
No, it wasn't like that. I'd be sitting down reading something while he was doing all his work. Little knowing that I'd been up till 3 o'clock in the night before doing stuff. And you get these vibes coming over,
But the point about it was, it works better when you don't touch the stuff, and people bring it in boxes, and people love to rummage in it. Yeah. And I think that's when it works. It's an important point to make to anybody doing the stall, is if somebody brings a box of stuff there, you don't sort it out. You leave the box so other people can look into it and take what they want. Yeah. Another thing, if you have all coats the same size, people tend to grab a handful of those, and take them. I mean, probably bring them back. What they don't want, but it does work better in random chaos. It works better in chaos. The other little point I always come up with is one day I had some chap brought these rusty biscuit box of old bolts and bent nails and things, and we were sorting out what was real rubbish. We were trying to sort out what was real rubbish. You know what I mean? Separate it from that. I said, I've got some real rubbish here somewhere, and I've got a box of old rusty nails and things. No, you'll want them. And I turned around to get it, and somebody walked off with it.
That was the same with plastic.
So you just don't know, that person didn't mind knocking them nails straight to use. Simple as that. To him, there were nails, whether they're bent or whatever,
It was the same, but it was the same with. We had all sorts of bits and pieces.
Loads of odds and sods, and you just don't know. Yeah. And some of the other stuff, which you think would go, didn't go like that. We had some suits. Some chap used some suits that had all these named brands on from top London tailors. Worth about £200 a suit. Perfect condition. And they were coming on and looking at them, trying to take it off the rail. You talk about now 2 £500 suits, right? And they put the coat on, and they look at the side and say, no, I don't like it. They put it back,
This is like when I was on the Orange Club. You had coffee machine, ice cream, you name it, everything you could want in the canteen. And people would just take what they wanted. That's what I saw. That's where I saw it working, I suppose. But people would just come. They wouldn't be filling their pockets up with yogurts and this, that, and the other. They just knew it was there all the time. So They just took what they wanted.
And many thanks to Vic Button and Frank Bowman for that interview and for their warm hospitality when I went to visit them. Perhaps we are groping towards something, a collective purpose.